We'll see if he's gonna stay on there. I don't know if I got much of a hook set with that log. That fish was all wrapped in there when I first set the hook, guys. And that's why I use the big line and the big stick. It's not the fact that it's a 3-pound fish, it's the fact that it's a bunch of junk that he's swimming around in the first place. And guys, I think at this point in the day, we've shown you, we're gonna fish 2 total hours, we told you, and we're at about 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm beating on the trolling motor. Thanks for playing. Fish. No. What happened? Not a fish? That's weird. It started going sideways because I had the log. And so my bait took off sideways. And as a line watcher, when I picked up on it, I had that log. It started planing off to one side, or had that stick. And that's your cue right there. I'm an ardent line watcher. On guide trips, that's what I preach to people all the time. Just watch your line. And so when I picked up on it and that log started planing off to one side, you just have to assume that that's a fish and set the hook. So I don't feel bad about swinging on a log on that one at all. Hey guys, you look, there's all kinds of cover back here. So I'm gonna make a long pitch back into there and then hope that it gets bit. But if it doesn't right away, then I'm just gonna lift on it gently, and you can feel it come through the limbs. And there's all kinds of limbs down there, and the Pit Boss is Texas rig. But the key is lift gently on it, and then you can get him. Oh, that must have been a crappie or somebody. He was, obviously you can see the bait swimming out of there. We've had issues with some crappies in here. But the bottom line is you just have to finesse the bait coming through there so that you don't get hung up. If you start yanking on it and don't be patient, you'll get hung up constantly, and you'll drive yourself crazy. So see, it started to hang right there, just gently shake it off of there. But the whole key to this type of fishing is being patient. And they like the vertical. Fish, got him. All right, there we go. That's happened a lot. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have to change something. And then right then we get one, and when he get his head coming this way, and swing him up in here, guys. I think here we are at the, almost just short of 2 hours at this point, and there's another one in the Kansas morning sun. Fly fish back in here, and there's one, got him. There he goes, come over that, there we go, right over the log. Come on in here, buddy. That's 2 on that spot now. And see the horizontals, camera, look over there, look at the horizontal logs. That's the important part. It's not the bushes, it's the horizontal logs. Almost every single fish we've caught today, with the exception of one, once we came in the cove here, was on horizontal laydown. The only one that wasn't was the one in between 2 vertical pulls. The rest of them have all been on horizontal stuff. And whether that shows on film or not, that is super important when you're largemouth fishing. They really love the horizontal cover more than anything else. And you know, it's something that once you learn to key on that, it's not about all these million bushes, it's about all the horizontal stuff in the bushes. All right, so see, there's a horizontal log right there. I'm always gonna drop it down next to those logs, work it parallel down the logs, whatever you gotta do, but you wanna make sure that you hit all the horizontal stuff, as if you don't, you're gonna miss out on the juice. And you don't probably have time to fish all these bushes. It would take you days to fish all these bushes in here. But it doesn't take you very long to only go through and hit the horizontal ones. Fish, got him. Big one. Got him. Big one. Come around, come on around here. Come on around here. All right. He's not as big as I thought he was, but we're gonna get him. Come on up in here, buddy. He is not as big as I thought he was, but I wanna point out, this fish does not fit our pattern. If you see the boats resting against a giant tree at this point, that tree is right on the edge of the channel, and we've been catching fish in the bushes on the bank, and I keep thinking, well, maybe we'll find a bigger one if we hit a couple of deep trees. I've only hit 3 of them. I've caught fish on 2 of them, so not any bigger, but still fun. Here you go, buddy. Got him. Okay. Now that's the second one on that deep tree out there in the middle. And that thing's going down. The boat's marking what are we at? 6 feet. And so these fish are about 5 feet deeper than the rest of them we're catching. And just racking them up now. Oh man, I got water all over my face. That's good fun, dude. And this pit boss, I mean, since this thing first came out, originally came out in the old Havoc line, but it was such a popular bait, they moved them into power bait, and now they're made out of power bait, and that's a much more potent fish flavor, and that's a good looking combo right there. Anywhere in the country you fish, that's a good way to catch bass. Really good way. That's a 4-inch pit boss. All right guys, so what you see here, I'll show you my rig real quick. It's trilene 100% fluorocarbon 20-pound test. If you look right here, there's a knot, and that knot will slide up and down the line. It's a uni knot that's made out of 17-pound trilene XT that I tied around the line as a bobber stop. So when you go to rig the bait, you can see it's got some fins on the top and a hook bait in the other, so, or a hook slot. So I'm gonna go straight in the nose, right out the bottom, right at the slot of the hook. You can see right there, or the hook slot in the bait, swing it all the way around, push it up on the bait, so then you have this. You can see that that 4-aught Fusion 19 fits perfect right there. Then I'll bend the bait up, poke it out the back, so now you can see it's nice and flat. And then I'll just push it forward and skin the hook. So now it's like this, and I can go slide right through these bushes without snagging. The bobber stop that I use, the homemade bobber stop that I use, keeps this tungsten sinker from sliding up the line any more than that, so that it stays with the soft plastic as it drops down over one of these tree limbs. Otherwise your sinker will go down one side and your plastic will stay up high. Fish? Got him. Okay. If you guys notice, I was real patient on that one. Come on in here, buddy. All right. I was very patient on the hook set because I wasn't sure. The way that thing went down that log, there's a log right under the surface right there that you can barely see. And to be very patient, make sure, is this actually a fish that I'm dealing with, or am I sliding down this log, you know? And that's something that you gotta take time to do to develop that patience. And so you have to have confidence that you can feel what's going on. And I just lift very carefully on the rod. I can feel that there's a little bit of a just barely. That's why soft limbs will get you, because you pick up on it. You can feel the sponginess of a limb, and then you'll set the hook. But if you don't set the hook when you feel that heavy sponge, you're gonna miss a ton of bites. Just nurse it over the logs, just nurse it over them. Let it drop down the other side. As soon as you feel it come off a limb, let it drop all the way back down the other side of the limb. That's generally, you just have to be patient, you know? It seems like it would, you can be quick about it, but in a lot of cases, you have to be very patient working through this kind of fish. Got him. There we go. All right, that's a nice one there, guys. We'll keep him right here. All right, easy buddy, easy buddy. We're gonna lead you around, lead you around. We're gonna lead you right in here. Come on in here, buddy. Okay. And there's that hook right in the top of the snout. That's where you wanna see it every time. That fish will never come off. In fact, he's gonna be hard to get off of there because it's a perfect hook set. There we go. And on that note, guys, I don't know it's gonna get any better. We'll put him back right here. Our bonus trip is over. And so I think what we're gonna do at this point is let the camera guy fish. What do you think, Tim? Yeah? All right, we're gonna do that, guys. Tim Farnsworth, one of our favorite people. If you guys wanna join the conversation at Fishful Thinker on Facebook or Instagram, we would appreciate that very much. We'd really love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at Fishful Thinker, and our podcast, which surprisingly enough is at Fishful Thinker. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.